So now let us understand about frame rates and frame rate options inside of Camtasia. So for that, I'm just going to go to the record button right here until I open up my recorder. So over here, if I were to go to tools and if I were to go to options, then under inputs, you can see that the target capture frame rate is 30. So right now, this video is also being captured in 30 frames per second. So let's just go around and select 30 as my choice right here and then record a footage. So I'm just going to press OK and then I'm just going to start recording. So I don't need to actually record my microphone here. So I'm just going to mute it out and I'm going to start recording. So I'm recording out right here and there's the countdown 3, 2, 1. And if I were to move the mouse right here, you can see that this is how it actually works like. I can open up my computer right here. I can move around and this is how it seems. So that is being recorded in 30 frames per second. So I'm just going to stop this out and then I have the video clip. So this is my video clip in 30 frames per second. So let's just go around and record a second one in 15 and we're going to lower down the frames per second just like that. So I'm just going to hit record just like this. And if I were to go to tool and go to options just like this, you can see over here that in input right now it's set to 30. So I'm just going to bring it down on to 15. 60 is much more smoother and it is much more feasible for gameplays and then very fast action. So I'm just going to select 15 just like this and I'm going to press OK. So once I do that, what happens is that if I were to record this out, you can see that the countdown is there just like the 3, 2, 1. And if I were to move this around, you can see that it is being recorded. And now let us just stop this out again. So now what happens is that this video, the second footage is a bit slower. So if I were to compare these out, so this is the second footage, this is the first one, you can see that the motion is just like this. But if I were to go over here, now you cannot see much because it is just a mouse movement. But if I were to record it out, I'm going to go around, open up this PC, record it out. So this will be recorded in 15 frames per second, just like this. So let's record it out right over here. And it's 3, 2, 1. Let's just move this around and see how this records out. So let us just stop it and see how this actually looks like as a video. So let me just bring that in and you can see that it is not smooth as this one. So this, you can see that it is smooth. This one you can see is not very smooth. It's actually very, very jittery right here. But if I were to record it again, so I'm just going to go around here. I'm just going to bring down the frame per second itself. So I'm just going to go around into options, into frame per second. And if I were to, let's say, for example, I can also type in 2 frames per second just like this and press OK and record it out. So now if I were to record it, let's see what happens. So it's a 3, 2, 1. And if I were to open up this PC, move this around just like this. And then what I can do is I can just stop this and let's see what happens now. So I got the fourth footage right here, which is in 2 frames per second. So if I were to play this, you can see that I can see the mouse movement. The mouse movement is in high speed. It is captured separately, but you can see that the video right here, I mean like the movement of the window is quite slower, just like that. And that is because it is just capturing at 2 frames per second. So depending on the amount of frames per second that you choose, you can see that the motion of the video will be smoother or slower. So if you're recording something like a PowerPoint slide, then you may not need a very smooth motion. So 1 frame per second or 2 frames per second might do it. But if you're recording, let's say, for example, software demonstration, then you might want to record at in 30 as I'm doing right now, as I do for all of my tutorials till date. And then if you want it to be much smoother, let's say, for example, for gameplays, you might want to record it in 60 frames per second. As you increase the frames per second, you have to note that it does increase the file size as well, but it increases the smoothness as well. So depending on what you need, you can choose the frame per second as you want. So that's what frame rate works like inside of Camtasia. So hope you guys learned something as always. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.